How to serve the needs of your target market. Any marketing guru will tell you that choosing the right target market is one of the most important aspects of marketing. Before you even think of how effective your campaigns and slogans will be, before you even think about how much you should spend on above the line or even below the line tactics, you have to first ensure that you have the right target market in mind. All of your marketing strategies won't count for much if you don't have the right target market, because choosing and understanding your target market is where it all begins. Making sure you have the right target market is even of more importance when you choose to employ niche marketing. A niche marketing strategy relies heavily on the unique characteristics of a specific target market, and this is why you should make sure it's properly defined. Options in niche marketing. To choose the right target market when it comes to niche marketing, you have several options. 1. Choosing based on demographics. Demographics are perhaps the easiest things to look at when pinpointing a particular market to serve. You can narrow down the age group to something very specific, or you can even base your strategies on something like ethnicity, location, and even gender. 2. Choosing based on lifestyle. Another option that a lot of people look into these days is lifestyle. There are so many differences in lifestyle that marketers can tap, and choosing a group based on lifestyle is something that a lot of niche marketers have used over the years. For instance, you can look at what hobbies they're fond of doing in their free time. What motivates their decisions? What are their dreams and goals in life? These are the questions that will be very useful in finding the right niche, and having a thorough understanding of these things will help you craft the right strategy. 3. Choosing based on attitude and personality. The attitudes and personalities of people can also be used to identify certain niche markets. People differ in their personalities a lot, and this is actually a very interesting way to segment a market. 4. Choosing based on technology. You can also ask questions that are based on technology, because this will help you identify their traits. For instance, it's probably worth asking whether or not they are receptive to online channels. What kind of media channels do they respond to best? Do they go on the internet often? Serving the needs of your target market. Once you've chosen your target market, a very important thing to do is to keep them interested. You need to understand the needs of this target market fully in order to serve those needs best. Even if you already have a defined target market, your market research shouldn't end there. This means that you have to keep yourself informed about what your target market is doing and what their current situation is. When things change, you also have to respond accordingly and change your strategies to go with the times. Tips you need to know for serving the needs of your target market. With the variety of products and services that are available these days, the typical consumer can have a hard time deciding which one to choose. As a consumer, it's easy to get overwhelmed with everything that's thrown at you, whether these are the hundreds of products lining up the supermarket shelves or the many billboards and posters you encounter on a typical walk or drive to the city. Consumers are becoming warier about advertisements as well, especially now that they're already more knowledgeable about how some marketers do it. With the increased intelligence and wariness of consumers, the best marketers have tried shifting their mainstream strategy into something that's more focused, direct, and sincere. Niche marketing has become the buzz in the consumer world for quite some time, and here are some of the best tips that marketers can employ. Don't be afraid to celebrate uniqueness. When it comes to niche marketing, uniqueness is something to be celebrated, instead of being feared. Normal marketing strategies look at the market and try to find the things that these subgroups have in common. They seed out the commonalities and try to form strategies based on these. This is why you have a TV commercial or a promo that can be blasted to a large audience. These marketing materials were crafted based on the common needs and desires of a particular target group. With niche marketing, uniqueness is celebrated, and the more defined a certain subgroup is, the better. To succeed in niche marketing, therefore, you should look at each differentiating factor as something that you can use to your advantage. Speak their language. It starts with not being afraid to speak to a certain niche market, but speaking to that market effectively is another story altogether. If you want to succeed in your strategies as a niche marketer, you have to know how to understand your target market best. You have to find out how they communicate and react to certain things, and you have to speak the same language that they speak. Even if you have already targeted the right niche market, if you don't communicate the way that they do, it will be very hard for you to reach out to them. For a niche marketing strategy to be effective, you have to be armed not only with the right message but also with the right way of sharing that message. Constantly innovate. Say you have managed to get the right tone of voice in the way you communicate to a particular niche. It does not end there. Marketing exists to drive goodwill, as much as profits, so you have to ensure that your marketing strategies are sustainable. This means you have to recognize that yes, your strategy may be applicable at the moment, but the world changes ever so rapidly and you have to constantly innovate in order to keep your consumers interested. Innovation is the key to sustainability, and even when you are targeting a specific niche market, this is just as applicable. For further support at Talent and Skills Hub, you can be supported by our instructors, counselors, and mentors on entrepreneurship skills and other personal and professional development. You can book an appointment for one-to-one or group tutoring through our website, ts-hub.com.